So we're on now. I got another camera guy, the homie Slav. You might have seen him around. Say what up, Slav.
I'm right here behind the scenes.
That's right. So we here kicking it with Moon, aka Moonshine. You know what I'm saying? Chilling at the Crooks N Castles store. Can you give us a quick tour of what's going on in here?
Yeah. Sure. Well, welcome to the new Crook Shop, concept shop on Sunset Boulevard. If you're familiar, there's a store on Melrose, 8021. Go check that when you got the chance. Right off the top, I want to tell y'all, everything in here is only for here. I mean, we go as far as labeling products, Sunset Boulevard. Again, concept shop. What that entitles is a long list of really cool stuff outside of fashion. We're going to be trying a lot of cool things. Also, every product in here made in the US, which is really cool for us. When I say we're going to get out into things outside of fashion, I mean, we're trying getting into candles, coasters, plate setting, toiletries, you know, just get ready for that. 2010 is going to be a big year, breakout year for Crooks. I mean, you know, from here to the top. Outside of Crooks, I mean, we carry gourmet footwear, which is really cool. All Italian leathers, uppers. These three dudes out of NYC, really good friends of ours. Got the Crooks Sunset. You know, again, everything is labeled Sunset Boulevard, only for here, really sexy. Also, outside of concept things, we're gonna be doing gallery showings, man. Starting next month, September, we're gonna be doing from photographers, painters, sculptors, a lot of really dope artists, man. So, you know, stay tuned for that. Be on the web. We got the blog, crooksandcastles.com. Check that out. You know, so it's really good stuff, man.
My favorite joint right here is this. This is when you're getting your grown man on. You got the towels, the slippers, you know what I'm saying? The robe joint with the crooks on top.
For the gangsters and the gentlemen.
Yo, this is Ghostface right here with the gold embroidery, man. All you need with the plate. You know what I'm saying?
You know, when we say things outside of fashion, you know, we're not just t-shirts and hoodies. You know, Crooks is a real brand, man, and we want you to know that. And when you do come to our stores, you will see that it's much bigger than just t-shirts and hoodies and some denims, you know? So again, man, get fly with the bathrobe, you heard?
Word. Besides, you know, helping run this thing here, you also do music. You know what I'm saying? The first question that I ask everybody is basically, you know, what's your story? How did you start getting into music? What's your background?
I mean, I've been doing music for over 10 years. Got my start. I'm from Queens, New York, Corona, but I'm in LA now. Been out here 2 years and change. Started off under the Beatnuts, man. Came up under those guys. I actually started out as a rapper, and I used to rhyme, and that was my thing. And I toured with those guys for like 3-4 years, man. Toured with the Beatnuts, and really owned my production skills through those guys, especially Juju. Really close friend of mine and my family and shit like that. So really getting under the wing of those guys and, you know, seeing the world, and it just took me to another level, man. It definitely introduced me to this music world, man.
Why production over MCing? Do you still do both?
Nah, I mean, I can still write and stuff like that, but you know, there's some dudes that really shouldn't be rapping, but they feel like, you know, I want to rap, so rap, you know, but I respect it so much. If I'm not coming like the dudes that I like to hear and how they're spitting, I shouldn't even be writing anything, you know what I mean? So I'd rather make some production, and luckily it sounds pretty good, so dudes are on that.
Right.
You know, and I'm always down to hear someone spin a real hot verse over one of my beats.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's just as satisfying as you spitting your own 16 on someone else's joint.
So in terms of like your production style, something that, you know, what are some of your biggest influences, or what you would say like your sound is?
Oh man, I'm 28 years old, man, and you know my era was the 90s, early 90s, late 90s, late 80s, but really the 90s, man. You know that whole RZA, Dr. Dre, Large Pro, Lord Finesse, like you know. And especially coming up with the Beatnuts, you know, I became a digger, you know. In case y'all don't know, digging is when you go looking for some records, man, you know. So that was a big thing for me. And all the records I was listening to were sampled records, you know. So as I dug and I found like, oh wow, RZA killed this right here. You know, that got me more into wanting to have that kind of sound, you know. And yeah, so I guess my sound would be somewhat of a early 90s mix. I also use keyboard sounds and stuff like that. Not like it's something new either. But yeah, I like that 90s sound, man. I love when you hear the record you sample, then you hear the dust. You know, I love that shit. So yeah, man, that's just gritty street, you know, real thorough hip hop, man. But I'm always down. I'm down for some 808s and some claps, you know.
So what do you think about maybe some people who criticize the sampling itself? Like, do you think that there's a line between just jacking somebody's sound and then sampling, or what do you think is a fine line?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, we say biters, like you know that dude's biting off of this dude. You know, when you bite, I mean, it's like you took someone's something they did and just used what they did. You know, and you didn't do nothing to make it yours. You know, so that's not original. But if you take a sample, and it could be a well-known sample, it could be something Dre sampled, you know. But if you flip it, I could still know it's a Dre sample, but it could be hot. You know, it doesn't mean it can't be hot. You know, so I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan on the sampling, but I'm also a big fan of dudes playing out music. You know, I'm not against that at all. I love working with like live musicians. You know, I work with a lot of bass players and keyboard players. You know, because a lot of the times when you sample, those checks get smaller and smaller. You know,
it's true.
You got to clear samples and things like that, and you know, and that's what you're gonna get a lot of the hate from. The sampling's no good. You know, that's because there's no money in sampling. You know, so it's on you. You know, I'm definitely in it for the music, and you know, the money will come. If I blow, the money will come. You know, so I'm down to clear samples, but I'm not against anything, man. You know, music's music. I love the large pros, and I love the Neptunes. Like, it's that real to me.